It is hockey time here in North Andover, Massachusetts. Merrimack College's Lawler Arena sets the scene for what shall be an all-star spectacular. Team National, Team American, the NCDC All-Star Game. Dan K, Lucas Jones, the Dan K Show presents the NCDC All-Star Game on Hockey TV. Follow along the Dan K Show all season long at _Dan K Show. _Dan K Show. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Cover all things the most watched show in junior hockey, and this is the most watched game in hockey today.
Oh, this is going to be a good one, and we're already getting the comments coming in. People are watching this one live, and what a game to be joining us. The first game that we're able to use this multi-camera technology. You're really getting a top-of-the-line experience.
Carpenter versus Mickey Burns on a face-off. In the blue and red is Team National. They'll take on Team American. Team American coached by Toby Harris of the Jersey Hitmen, the first-place Jersey Hitmen, and Bill Flanagan of the Northern Cyclones. This one steered back towards his own zone there. Team National skating along with this one. It's Reed Miller. Miller will fire this one up off the glass, bouncing high into the air, taken down by a skate. Near sideboard there, bottled into it by Devin Kasperick. Kasperick of the Pal Junior Islanders, a second consecutive All-Star nod for him. He is, as you say, good. Devin Kasperick is a guy who can get involved offensively, and I'll tell you what, you got an ECHL All-Star from the Pal Junior Islanders and Joey Duzak right now, and Devin Kasperick is a very Duzak-like talent with a big future, Lucas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a guy that, you know, can put it up on the score sheet, he can put it up on the game film, and he's an intelligent player with a big future.
This one trickles out here to Jin Lee. Cross-ice look there. Holding on to this one, looking up ahead towards center. Some good defense early in this one from both sides as Jin Lee's going to skate it down to the corner. He's the Connecticut Junior Ranger right winger, and this was my guy, Lucas, all year last year. Great to see him get the All-Star nod. Jin Lee has a never-quit mentality. He battles through every single shift, and you will get a chance to see him on display with the best the hockey world has to offer. Hard hit there, lost at center, steered back towards his own zone. Reeling that one in is Bryce DeFazio. The Bryce is right. Earlier this year, Bryce DeFazio was a star of the game with a 3 goal performance, a hat trick, all on the power play.
Yeah, and you talk about a guy who normally creates assists. What happens when we show up? I mean, we're big Bryce DeFazio fans, so to get to see him put up those 3 goals, especially the way he did it with great shots from the blue line, finding space, a confident player, it's so great to see that happen.
Kurapov holding this one alongside him, Alex Mosey, and he'll flick this one loose. Bouncing puck in front, stolen away, spun back up and out by Liam McClinsky. Tapped right back along, wide side here with this one's Reed Miller trying to dump it on in. Backhand pass. Coming back out towards the top of the zone with that one. Originally on it was Josh Waters. It'll have to be skated all the way back towards their own zone by Team American. Out of his net, settling that one down. It's going to be the starting netminder, the Holy Cross commit Thomas Gale out of Kirkland, Quebec. He's 23, 5-1-1. He has been the center point of this Junior Bruins success this season. When he's in net, you usually win. Wide side here, that's poked away. Loose in front for a little backhand pass for Kurapov. Kick save and a beauty. First stop of the day was a tough one for Thomas Gale. That one squirted loose in a dangerous location. Kurapov gets to it, and you will see that a lot in an all-star game. When you start getting guys mixed up with players they're not used to skating with, this one's wide side, nice cross ice. Look, a backhand shot, can't get it on. Beautiful pass there by Christian Blomqvist, and it was almost backhanded home. The Twin City Thunder star Blomqvist, 12 assists on the season, would have had his first in the all-star game there. Wide side now in the zone, entry, cross ice look, trying to tap it home, could not. Good pass on to Colton Friesen. Holding with this one, tapped on the way through, shrugged aside. Big stop in net by Abrick. Tell you what, this goaltending matchup right now, Lucas, could be a Deneen Cup preview with the way the Junior Bruins and Jersey Hitmen have been playing this year. Abrick of the Hitmen for Team American, taking on Thomas Gale, the Boston Junior Bruins for Team National.
Oh, it would not surprise me one bit, Dan. I mean, these 2 goaltenders, they've really just been impressive, improbable, stupendous. I mean, you run out of adjectives, and you really could apply them to all 5 goaltenders in this game. They've just been the best crew so far this year.
Carpenter going to build this one into the zone there, saws that one along. Tipped on out the center, settled down by Speck. Speck trying to find his way back out. He'll head back towards his own zone. Cam Speck, the extra defenseman on this one, and it says a lot about the season Cam Speck had. This is a guy who they decided to go with 2 netminders because of how good his first half was. Both Jim Hankel and Mike Anderson of the Boston Junior Bruins, Jim Hankel of the Connecticut Junior Rangers, to have 2 coaches who don't coach you on a daily basis think that you are so deserving that they make an extra spot in the roster for you. What a job by Cam Speck this year.
Yeah, and it goes to show you what kind of a player he is, and he's a player who lights it up, and he gets noticed. You know, guys like that, when the coaches notice you, coaches are the one who have the fine eye for the detail. And if they get a chance to notice you, if they're fighting for your inclusion, that's got to mean something for Cam.
Face off one forward with a quick shot. A nifty little move there by Ryan Lovett, who almost shoved it home. This one backhanded up the boards. It's going to squirt loose. Stolen away there by Frankie Ireland. Trying to reach out after this one's Lovett, the Dartmouth commit there. I'll tell you, there's a lot of smart, intelligent guys on the ice right now. There's a couple Ivy Leaguers playing for both sides, Lucas, and you tend to get that in this NCDC landscape. NCDC doesn't just succeed on the ice, they do it in the classroom as well.
Yeah, it's a huge part of what this league and what this division does, Dan. There's a huge focus on college, on getting to the next level, and I think as Reed Miller said in the pregame interview, finding the right home for you.
This one's left off, thought about a wrister, won't take it. Backhand pass right on in front, spinning shot, rings the post. Had the opening, had the look. It was Zach Raybaum who almost bombed one home there. Oh, that was a dangerous little flurry there, and Raybaum with the spinning look couldn't get it to go. Wide side now, shot through, bodies padded aside into the corner. Good rebound control there by Thomas Gale. So comfortable with that puck. He knows where to move it, knows where his space is, keeps that alive. 14:48 to go here. First period of play, the NCDC's All-Star Game, Team National v. Team American. Losing an edge there, down to the ice he goes. It's going to be Frankie Ireland on the break. Tries the forehand shot, it's poked away into the glass, racing back into that one, and not listening to anyone who told him it was an all-star game is Tyler Borsch. He's a defenseman who said, you're not scoring on me, I don't care where we are right now. I don't care if it's an all-star game. This one goes wide side, backhand on, spinning shot with the forehand, couldn't get it to go. What a shift for Tyler Borsch.
Yeah, I mean, and you cap it off with that shot. I mean, you find yourself in the slot, puck on your stick, you think it's an easy choice, but Tyler Borsch is not a man who gets frozen when he finds an opportunity. He fired that one on net, and it was a great shot.
The Dartmouth commit, Tyler Borsch, at a Maple Grove, Minnesota. He said, it's an all-star game. You betcha I'm going to bring my best today. Backside here, trying to fight it through. Stolen away at center. Dancing this one down along the boards is Kurapov. Handed off to Waters. He tried to center that one, had it stolen away. Jumping right into the passing lane there for the steal was Jared Thomas of the Boston Bandits. Thomas, 8 goals, 26 assists on the year. That's 34 points. He's a creator, a big-time creator for this Bandit side. A Bandit side trying to get playoff positioning going. Backhand pass from Jin Lee. That one shoveled along to the blue line. Breaks will be thrown on here, losing another edge there in the corner. You're seeing some folks here at ice still trying to figure it out. This big ice, this D1 rink, as we have both sides going. This one's left off for the shot, shrugging it aside. Kick save and a beauty by Thomas Gale. Point blank range. Gale comes up big yet again. This one's tapped along behind. Racing down after it is Friesen. Moving it along the boards only for a second as it gets tangled up in the skates. Trying to reel this one back to the blue line. Having to go back after it's Reed Miller. He retreats with Cam Speck. He'll plinko past this one off the penalty box door. Right onto him. A nifty little move. Throws on those brakes. Trying to spin back. A good high pressure play there by Artem Buzaverya. I'm telling you, I said it, Lucas. Team American is going to have a lot of guys playing this game like it's and not like an all-star game. They're going to play this thing for the real deal. One thing that's so different between an all-star game in junior hockey and a professional all-star game, the professional all-star games, a lot of times you got to ask the guys to show up. You got to make them work. This is a situation, both of these sides, the scouts in attendance overlooking this rink right now are getting a chance, Lucas, to play with the best of the best in front of some of the best scouts and coaches from around the country as that one's paddled aside.
Yeah, no, I mean, these guys, you don't have to ask them twice. They come here with a fire under their skates, and they are ready to play.
Wide side here, holding on to that one. Trying to jam it on in is Ibrahim. It'll reel around. That one caught up on Blomqvist. The shot goes through body, steers wide blocker side, and on angle look, gets blocked on the way through. All-star game block shots. I tell you what, you should earn a medal every time you block a shot in an all-star game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to wear some bruises. Those are all-star bruises right there, Dan.
Holding wide side here is Ibrahim. Backhands that one for Mickey Burns. Couldn't find him. Spinning shot goes wide as well. A couple of nifty little passes here of late for Team American. Dan Kay in the next minute will head down to ice level and do play-by-play from the Team American bench as he talks with Coach Bill Flanagan and Toby Harris. Lucas, that should be a fun one.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting interview for you, Dan. It's going to be as close to a homer as you're going to get today.
Again, a little unofficial Team Dan K Team American this go around. As this one's given wide side, backhand shot, couldn't get enough on it. Squirts on free, went on through. Ian Carpenter almost built a lead there for Team National.
Oh, coming in hot, Ian Carpenter on that one. Full speed ahead into the net. No wonder he wasn't able to settle that one down.
Holding and waiting now, 11-13 to go in this first period of play. Fired up, nothing to score. On through the blue line, leaves this off, has a man in front. Raybaum tried to find him, it got blocked by his skate. Shot through, bodies deflected and stopped. Another throw on in front, losing an edge, down to the ice he goes. Puck stays alive. Jared Thomas goes wide side, had a man in front, it's poked away. Good little turnover forced. Hand going up, and we're going to get ourselves our first whistle of the All-Star game. Delayed penalty coming up against Team American. This one's left off, fired on in front, jammed on and stopped. Huge save made. Holding onto it, putting the frying pan on the fire is Gavin Abrick.
Oh, what a stop that was, and what a play that developed for Team National on that one. I mean, that is absolutely incredible teamwork from those two skaters. To be able to get yourself into a situation where you're pushing the puck up the ice, you know there's a delayed call, you know this is, for better or worse, essentially a free play to try to get yourself going here. And now Team National has a really, really solid opportunity to get themselves in a good position, Dan.
This is a shot from the blue line, save made with that whistle, with that call. For the first time today, Team National is on the power play. A power play for Team National is all power plays brought to you by the Dan K Show at @the_Dan K Show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Vote for the star of the game throughout today's game at Twitter. Tweet to @the_Dan K Show with the player's name and hashtag star of the game. Out wide side here, holding with it. Thought about taking a shot, has it tipped away, all the way back out the center. He'll retreat after it, getting the first look here at the defensive position. is Michael Brown on the power play. Brown hands this one ahead to Ryan Lovett. Lovett going to throw the brakes on at the blue line, gets pressured there. Kurapov tried to steal it away. Back down to the corner. I can tell you, Lucas, you don't work much on the penalty kill in an all-star situation.
No, these are boys that are staying at home. Your only job is to stay disciplined, stay in your lane, make sure that these guys aren't getting any easy shots.
And this is a big moment for these guys because you get into this situation and, you know, you kind of get to show how willing you are to play in a game like this. And when you get on the PK, you got to block some shots and to be successful. And right now, Team American doing just that, playing this one hard. Handed back up top. That's Wardle with it. Looking for a cross-ice pass, doesn't take it. Instead takes the shot. It's stoned, gloved, and covered up. Lucas, Dan K's heading down to ice level. I'm going to get down on the bench. I'm going to bring these with me because I got to keep doing play-by-play.
Bring those.
Dan K going down to ice level right now, and we're going to be talking with Toby Harris, as well as Coach Bill Flanagan for Team American. Good start to this one as we sneak through. Heads up, everybody. Dan K walking through. Going to get myself down ice level. Thank you. Wide side now, holding on to this one. Thought about taking the shot. Won't take it just yet. Back up to the blue line. Shot! Wristed through bodies and stopped. Into the corner one more time. Holding on to it's Reed Miller. Giving back on to Friesen. Friesen tries to bring it in, loses that edge. 27 seconds to go on the power play chance. Wardle going to get to it along the boards. Hands this one back up to that blue line. Thinks about a nifty little move. That's Brown. Brown on to Wardle. Wardle thinks about spinning this one back up top. Holding his Jin Lee with the shot. Glove side and wide off the glass. Flip back out and cleared. It's going to create a break the other way. Out of his net to play it is Thomas Gale. No chances taken. Good change here being made here by Team American. That'll do it. A successful penalty kill in an all-star game, and you can chalk that up to Toby Harris and Bill Flanagan. They don't care what style of game it is, man. These guys play defense, and we head down to the bench now to talk with Coach Harris as we sneak on through real quick. Lucas, I'm down here with Coach Toby Harris. Coach, we're up here in the booth right now, and I said a Toby Harris and Bill Flanagan coach team is going to kill the penalty there successfully to start this one off. What'd you talk through with the boys when you take that penalty?
Stay in shot lanes. Don't let any pucks get through. Pack it in.
Now, a good start to this one. Everyone kind of getting that feeling out process going. You're getting a lot of good goaltending on both sides. This is going to be a potential playoff matchup here. You see your guy in Abrick taking on Gale. How's it feel to have a matchup like this out on ice level?
Well, I think obviously Gale's a Division I committed player, and I obviously think that Gavin will be committed sooner than later. So, you know, anytime you got two heavyweights, it's about the guys in front of you. But, you know, we've been successful this year because of Gavin and, you know, Cam Fernandez and Ben Allard. And, you know, we built our team this year from the net out, where generally we build it from the offense forward, you know. So I've been excited with what we've done so far, and it should be a great matchup if it gets to that.
And now you're representing Team Dan K here, so you guys going to get me that W today, right?
Absolutely.
Let's go. I'm going to sneak down here real quick and talk with Coach Flanagan from the Northern Cyclones as well. Coach, I said you guys get the successful penalty kill right there. That's a Bill Flanagan side in an all-star game. You guys are killing penalties, blocking shots. Doesn't matter what game it is.
That's right. We just sell out no matter what the circumstances, Danny. You know, I mean, those are the type of guys I like. So, yeah, selling out all over the place. Good stuff.
How do you guys win this thing today? How do you beat Team National, get a W?
Basically score more goals than the blue team.
That's a good way to go. Coach Flanagan, always perfect. Lucas, I'm going to make a little shimmy up here through the booth. Take it away for a few seconds here.
And you got to love Coach Harris, building from the net out. That's a very Lucas move there. So tip of the cap there to Coach Harris. Maybe reason why he's been so successful this season. Team National now playing this one down in the offensive zone. National trying to find some shots on net. A great shot and a second one coming in quick succession there. Team National really starting to find their skates and find their offense. They were shut down a little bit earlier in this one, but now it looks like Team National is finding their offensive mobility just a bit, and we welcome Dan K back up into the booth.
I'll tell you, I'm in terrible shape, Lucas. That jog up those stairs, that was Mount Everest to me. Woo! We're back into this, though, and we are 7:15 to go here in the first period of play. Dan K, Lucas Jones, and a mic change right there, right back up in the booth. What a start to this one. I'll tell you, good spirits down there on the Team American bench. Unofficial Team Dan K there. The one day a year I get to be a homer, and it's for Team American this year. If Team National wins this one, Lucas will get the Lucas J Show. He'll have his own show next week. No Dan K. This one spun around, 6:58 to go. 7 shots on goal for each side. Both netminders coming up big. Gale will have to come up big again as that one's turned over in front. Backhand shot is patted aside. Waffle boarded away. Centering pass stolen away. good look there. A couple turnovers here in the last few minutes of this one have created some dangerous chances in front of that Team National net.
Well, you gotta watch out for those turnovers, Dan, and it's a situation where you kind of put yourself down. It's hard enough to keep teams from scoring in a game like this, but if you're going to turn the puck over in dangerous areas of the ice, that's something that I think coaches are going to be talking about and really hammering when they get into the locker room.
Josh Waters on this one. He'll hand it off right back on the Waters. Waters thought about a shot. Leaves off one more time. Shoulder to side. Another huge stop by Gale. What a look there. The nice little handoff shimmy pass from Josh Waters to Alex Mosian, who was just moseying right into the zone there. Oh, what a good look from those two. You know, you're comfortable with your own guys in an all-star game.
Yeah, you find a little left hand, right hand, and, you know, when you're playing with guys that you're not familiar with, it's nice to have some friends on the island out there.
Kurapov there trying to get to it. Poked up into the air, bouncing down. That's Chioka on it. Nicholas Chioka was here early. Is this one trying to take the Clapper fanned on it, bouncing puck. Nicholas Chioka was the first guy here. As Mosian takes this shot low, it's kicked away. Spinning shot from the blue line, took a deflection, gets stopped again by Gale. The most confident man in America between the pipes for Team National.
Oh, and he's had to work very, very hard in this first period of play, Dan. Team American doing a phenomenal job of being overwhelming, getting in front of the net, getting in front of the crease, trying to knock the goaltender off his lines. This is a very competent goaltender, and you're really going to have to invade his personal space.
The Quebec native has been c'est incroyable all year long. He has been très magnificent. He has been, I have no more French words in my vocabulary, so I will stop there.
You always quit while you're ahead. That's the key.
That's it. All you got to do is sound like you know it. Kick back wide side. Blomqvist hands to Kasparik off the skate. Spinning on that one is Blomqvist. They'll trade places now. Shot from the point, steered aside by Gale again. Team American, that ice starting to tilt in their direction. Back up top one more time. Kasparik with space. Takes the wrister. It's blocked on the way through by none other than Reed Miller. Reed Miller has been absolute superb, just every superlative you could say about a skater. We've heard Coach Henkel say about this young man, and this is a guy there that's blocking shots from point-blank range as Kasparik tries to wrist it home.
Well, he doesn't know any other way. I mean, you put a defenseman like that in front of a puck, he's blocking it. Doesn't matter whether it's practice or a pond in the backyard.
Mickey Burns going to throw the brakes on, tries to steer it on in, tangled up along the way. Getting to him with the body was Connor Sullivan. Handed back off past him. Burns trying to get to it along the board. Sullivan will take it away. He'll spin this one back up top. Trying to find their way out there. That's Colton Friesen, Mr. Friesen, who's going to take him to the ice age here. Wide side with a quick shot. Stolen by Abrick.
Well, he doesn't know any other way. I mean,
Gavin
you put a defenseman
Abrick,
like
that's
that in
his
front of a
8th
puck,
stop on
he's
8
blocking
tries.
it. Doesn't matter whether it's practice or a pond
Up
in the
across
back.
center, through he goes. Taking the
This
shot,
in the
blockered
backyard.
up. Into Mickey the Burns glass, going to throw the brakes on. Tries to steer it on in. Tangled up along the way. Getting to him with the body was Connor Sullivan. DeFazio, man, when he gets ahead of steam, Burns trying to get out of his way. He's a big dude. This one's wide side now. He'll spin this one back up the paddle on the way through. Trying to find their way out there. Nice job by Colton Friesen, Mr. Friesen, who's going to take him to the ice age shot. Side with a quick shot. Stolen by Abrick.
He doesn't know any other way. I mean,
Gavin
put a
Abrick,
defenseman
that's
like that in
his
front of a
8th
puck.
stop on his drive.
Doesn't matter whether it's practice or
Flipped
a
on
pond in the
past
back.
center. Through he goes. Stolen this one
Taking
away.
this
Shot
shot
on the race up. Mickey Burns stays alive. Brakes on there. Tries to get it on. He's tangled up along the way. But getting to him with the body was Connor Sullivan.
There's no odds.
DeFazio, man, when he gets ahead of steam, he's getting out of his way. He's a big dude. This one's wide side now. He'll spin this one back up the paddle on the way. Trying to find their way out there. Taking up into the glass. Doesn't go. Abrick got to the close to the ice age shot. Side with a quick shot. Stolen by Abrick.
He doesn't know any other way.
I mean, Gavin Abrick, that's his 8th stop on his drive.
Doesn't matter
Get it out
whether
with
it's
the legs.
practice
Right back across center. Hooked along the back. Stolen this one away. Shot on the race up. Mickey Burns stays on the brakes on. Tries to get it on. He's tangled up along the way. Getting to him with the body, passing Connor Sullivan. DeFazio, man, when he gets ahead of steam, he's getting out of his way. He's a big dude. This one's wide side now. Takes the deflection back on the paddle. Shot there by taking up into the glass. Doesn't go. Abrick got to the close to the ice. Side with a quick shot. Stolen by Abrick. Reed Miller that blue line. Gavin Abrick, that's his 8th stop on his drive. 2 minutes back across center. Hooked along the way. Stolen this one. Shot on the right. Mickey rebounding on the right side. They get the change. Tangled back. Getting to the body. Passing on the Sullivan. Man, when he gets ahead of Steve, he's getting out of his way. He's a big dude. Just look outside. Now he takes the deflection. Shot there. Avery got to the post. Sides the quick shot. Stolen. She's on the water. Right side. Tries to find Moses. Jumping into the play. Getting the stick flip there. It's almost deflected in front. McThomas and Galen doesn't get it. They get the change. Tangled back. Getting to the body. Back on the side. Man, when he gets ahead of Steve, he's getting out of his way. He's a big dude. There. Now he takes the stop by shot there. All the way over. Plenty of space to take that shot. Side rebound. Tries to usher underneath the body of Thomas. Right side. Tries to find Moses. Jumping into the play. Getting the stick flip there. It's almost deflected in front. McThomas and Galen doesn't get it. They get the change. Tangled back. Getting to the body. Back on the side. When he gets ahead of Steve, he's getting out of his way. He's a big dude. There. Now he takes the stop by shot there. All the way over. Plenty of space to take that. Half side jams. Rebound. Tries to usher down the body of Thomas. Right side. Tries to find Moses. Jumping into the play. Getting the stick flip there. It's almost deflected in front. McThomas and Galen doesn't get it. They get the change. Tangled back. Getting to the body. Back on the side. When he gets ahead of Steve, he's getting out of his way. He's a big dude. There. Now he takes the stop by shot there. Plenty of space to take that. Half side jams. Rebound. Tries to usher down the body of Thomas. Right side. Tries to find Moses. Jumping into the play. Getting the stick flip there. It's almost deflected in front. McThomas and Galen doesn't get it. They get the change. Tangled back. Getting to the body. Back on the side. When he gets ahead of Steve, he's getting out of his way. There. Now he takes the stop by shot there. Plenty of space to take that. Half side jams. Rebound. Tries to usher down the body of Thomas. Right side. Tries to find Moses. Jumping into the play. Getting the stick for the one-timer. Shot it. Top shell. Holding. Nemo finds the back of the net with that one. Score. And King gets the lead.
1-0. Let's Let's go, guys, out here. 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 Let's go, guys, out Let's go, guys, out Let's go, guys, out Let's go, guys, out
Just can't. It feels like the wheels are spinning a bit. We'll see if they're able to pick that.
Welcome back, hockey fans. Dan K, Lucas Jones. You know, I tend to be tardy a lot, and I was tardy there to start this broadcast, but we are excited. Talk about a little bit late, showing up late to the party. A goal with just 13.8 to go in the first period, found by Nick Nemo.
I mean, who else? Who else would find the back of the net except for Nick Nemo? I mean, the kid's an absolute stud. He knows how to play the game of hockey, and he just, when he finds the puck, he just knows what to do with it. It's that instinct, the ability to decide shot, pass, teammate, or try to go for it himself. And Dan, we knew this game was going to be offensive. It's an offensive game that hasn't shown up on the scoreboard yet because of how good these goaltenders are.
That's exactly right. And Thomas Gale was the story of that first period. He faced 16 shots. He stopped every single one. Never lost on that one, man. It was a big-time first period for Thomas Gale. And he wasn't just facing shots, man. He was facing the firing squad there in that late end of that first period. It was all Team American for the last 5 minutes, and they trailed by 1.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you that you can talk about shots on net, you can talk about time of possession, you can talk about turnovers, but at the end of the day, you got to have more goals than the other team, Dan. That's all about this game of hockey. You just have to find the back of the net. And I will give you this, Team American had a number of good chances that made me a little weak in the knees watching Gale make those saves.
Nick Nemo went fishing for a goal, and he found it and opened the scoring dory to this one.
You were so close. You're 2 for 3.
I was
you know
trying.
what they say? 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's what they do say that. 3 out of 4, even
Slightly
better. Slightly better.
Yeah.
Bad at mathematics. Work on your mathematics. All these guys taking the SAT, getting themselves into the next level. We look down to ice level and we see that it is hockey time. Yet again, second period of action about to get underway. On a face-off, Nicholas Brettschneider from the Northern Cyclones. He'll get the face-off win. Back towards his own zone for Bryce DeFazio. DeFazio tries to fire this one ahead. You can kind of see an all-Northern Cyclones look coming out of the break here, along with Tommaso Alvera of the South Shore Kings for Team American, trying to get some familiar faces together on the ice to get that offensive attack going. Trying to find the back of the net. This one taken wide side, thrown across ice, it's tipped away. On back the other way. Plinko pass through center. In net now for Team American, number 1, Henry Graham from New York, New York. He's a Pal Junior Islander netminder, 8-5-1-1. We actually were on the broadcast in Utica in his first game with this side as there's a diving play in front of the net from Bryce DeFazio. The Bryce was right there, and DeFazio not telling any jokes on that one.
Well, DeFazio, I mean, you talk about coming out of that Cyclone squad. Guy's going out there defending the breakaway, protecting his goaltender. It's a sight that you love to see, especially coming from DeFazio.
This one turned over at the corner boards, trying to fight this one loose out to the blue line. Wristed and bouncing on by the net of Henry Graham. Backhanded along there, jamming that one into the zone is Frankie Ireland. No luck of the Irish needed by Frankie there as it's fired cross ice on the way out to Mosian. Mosian moseys this one along for Kurapov. Kurapov going to take this wide side with a backhand pass just by the stick of Mosian, who was trying to flash on through. Back up towards the blue line. On this one's Chioka. He'll reel it around the boards. Trying to pinch down to that one was Tyler Borsch, just a second too late as it steers its way back out the center. Kurapov will settle this one forehand side. High pressure put on him. Looking for Chioka. Chioka going to backhand this one up to the blue line. Turned over though. Wristed through bodies. Kick save and a beauty by Henry Graham. Flipped on up off the glass. Stolen away one more time. All the way through the zone with the shot. Low save made again by Graham. Beautiful look there by Ryan Lovett, and he was almost by him with a goal score there.
And that's a dangerous zone for the puck to be bouncing, Dan.
And there's a dangerous play there, stoned by Thomas Gale yet again.
You got to clear those pucks out. You saw it on the other side now, too. Your goaltender has to bail you out on more than a few situations. They'll do it, but they love help every now and again.
The men in black have called, and they are wondering if Thomas Gale is human. This man is from outer space right now as this one's jammed out from point-blank range after a turnover. The low-to-high pass stopped again by Thomas Gale on that shot was Tyler Borsch, as Thomas Gale's going to take a quick breather, cover that one up, and get the whistle with 17:24 to go.
And that's a great job by Gale, recognizing the situation. His first instinct is to try to put the puck back into play, and that's an instinct you love to see from a goaltender. But, you know, recognizing the pressure was coming from the blind side, didn't want to risk a turnover in front of his own net.
Held along the board, spinning this one up off the glass and hits a stanchion. Bounces its way down. Plinko pass along to the blue line. Stolen again up here. Team America with that high pressure, forcing some turnovers. It's going to create a break the other way, though, now. Wide side with it, trying to forward that one along to Thomas. Couldn't get it to him. Jin Lee on the pass. Jin Lee back to this one, trying to win that board battle. That one's jammed up off the corner. trying to whisk this one loose. There's Jin Lee getting involved. He gets involved in those little board battles, man, and he creates plays, Lucas, that you just don't see from everyone out in the game of hockey. This guy is 110%, 150% of the time, if that math makes sense.
I think it works out, especially in the case of Jin Lee. I mean, he brings that relentless style of hockey into this game, and that's what you need. You need guys like that out there if you want your team to come away with a victory.
Stolen away at the blue line, handed back into their own zone. A quick little change here taken for Team American. Mickey Burns going to jump out over the boards. 16:22 to go in the period. Henry Graham, who's already been heavily tested early in this period, had to make a few big stops. Gets to that one out of his net with a big paddle. Hard hit there at center. Stolen right back away. Everett Wardle on it. He'll take no chances back towards his own zone. Little D-man to D-man look there. Pressured high by Mickey Burns. Couldn't get to the puck. Handed back up to the blue line for Friesen. He'll play Mr. Freeze there. Says prepare for the Ice Age. Couldn't find it. Holding wide side. Tipped back along. Lucas shakes his head no. Does not like my Mr. Freeze reference. You can cool it, Lucas. That one's shot on net. Paddled and covered up. Whistle blows. Stoppage there. Freezing play. And big time stop by Thomas Gale.
Dan K's 0 for 3 on Mr. Freeze quotes. They have all been just not even close.
I do my best.
I mean, we're going to have to watch this movie, unfortunately.
I am going to have to watch this movie.
It's an okay film.
It's a bad movie.
I was at least going to give it the benefit of being okay.
You know what's good? This hockey game right now is a quick wrister off the face-off win. Taken there by Daniel Ibrahim. He thought he was going to crack open the scoreboard there for Team American. He could not. This one shimmied along the boards, trying to find his way out is Colton Friesen. 15:30 to go in the first period. Thomas Gale, the story early in this one. Wide side there, losing an edge. Racing back out to the blue line. Good little handoff pass. Jumping in the way of that one was Cam Speck. Trouble not gone, though, as it jumped on in. Ibrahim down to play it. We talked to Daniel Ibrahim on the pregame show here. Nice little interview with him talking about the success of the Jersey Hitmen this year and just how fun it is to have his coach behind the bench with him in this All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be a special treat to have your coach come with you. I mean, you talk about representing your team, and we spoke to Kurapov about that in the first intermission break. You know, you really do represent your team when you come to the All-Star game.
This one tipped ahead by Colton Friesen. He'll race down after it. Winning the race to this one's Tyler Borsch. Tyler Borsch has had a really, really good game that's not showing up on the score sheet, but defensively in this All-Star game, he has shut some folks down, and he has just taken away space from some of the really potent goal scorers on this team national side.
Well, you watch the way he plays the game, Dan, and he plays the game with vectors and lines. I mean, he knows where you can go based on your momentum, and he shuts it down. He's playing defense before you've even gotten there yet, and that's a really special quality in a defenseman.
Borsch is just out there stewing for a chance to make a play as this one goes behind the net, reeling it around. Thought about the pass up to the blue line, said he'll backhand it, but couldn't find his man. Jumping into the way of that one, stealing it away out on the break now is Carpenter. Carpenter gives wide side, tried to get it to Graff, could not. That one's thrown off the back of the net. On behind Graham. Graham waiting at his near post. He watches this one skate its way out. With the numbers now, Team American out the other way. Trying to get a change. A hard hit on the zone entry. Splashing down to the ice. Who said it's an all-star game? That's a big-time hit right there. A physical play by Bazianos.
Oh, look at Bazianos laying the body in the all-star game.
Bazianos the Bodianos. I don't know if that was all right.
Yeah, that'll stick.
They all can't be winners. This is a shot taken there, wristed on net and kicked aside. Another chance bounces into the body of Thomas Gale, who stops it and holds on to it in a paraphernalia.
Oh, Thomas Gale continuing to be the eye of the storm here, a calming effect on his team. He's been good in that, and you can see how he's able to move from post to post. It's one of his biggest skills, Dan, is his mobility and his confidence in the crease.
See the 50-50 raffles going around the crowd here. This one tipped ahead to center. Staying wide side. Thought about a cross-ice pass. Stolen out of the air and flipped out towards center one more time. That one jammed around the back of the net. Thinking about settling it down was Graham. He'll retreat back into the crease. 13 to go here in the second period. 1-0 to score. A Nick Nemo goal, the difference in this one thus far. Hard hit there, bodying him down into the corner. Trying to flip it on, it's Kurapov who gets to it. Kurapov trying to keep that one along. Couldn't get it back up top. jumping down into this one. Good little handoff pass, pitchforked up and out to center. Taken down out of the air by Frankie Ireland. He'll throw it behind the net of Graham, race down after it. Mosey on it. Mosey, a nice little handoff pass, almost stealing that one away in a dangerous position there was Ryan Lovett, who jumped into the play. Out the Kurapov now, 3-on-1 chance. He couldn't get it to Mosey, and just couldn't get that connection. And this is where you start seeing a really good goaltender start to make you think a little bit extra. There's a one-timer shot from Kasparik. Howitzered into the body of Gale and kicked back up into the glass. What a stop there by Gale yet again with 12:04 to go. Lucas gets ready to head down to ice level as Ireland takes the shot. Save made by Graham. Dangerous, juicy rebound chance in front of stick to side. Dan Kay going to get the penalty call up in the booth for elbowing Lucas by accident. My apologies for that one, Lucas. Flipped on off the glass and out. On to Mosey, and Mosey with a nifty little move. Shot got deflected by the stick of Miller and is paddled aside. Reeling this one around the boards, trying to backhand this one up towards the blue line. Good play here by the large and in charge Artem Buzaveria that forced the turnover. Gale there, out of his net, down to a knee, pitchforking it out. He plays the role of sixth skater there. Thomas Gale just does it all. He skates well, he plays the puck. He's a settling force here for this junior Bruin side, and in this all-star game, he has put on a spectacular for us so far. 11:11 to go, second period. This one tipped away to Buzaveria. Buzaveria times up that entry, shot it off the glove. Couldn't be reeled in by Gale. He'll paddle that one aside in the 5-hole region. Flip back up top, reaching out for Blomqvist. He'll steer it on in. Thought about a man in the corner, couldn't get it to him. 10:53 to go now. Still trying to crack open the goal for the first time, Team American. There's a drag shot taken, diving on top of it. Caution to the wind. Thomas Gale gets the whistle. Lucas Jones making a long trek to the other side of the ice. I was hoping he would skate across ice. It's a very interesting setup here at Merrimack. You have the opposite side benches here. So Lucas making that trip over there. He'll be talking with Coach Mike Anderson and Coach Jim Henkel during the next whistle.
Why do I always get the long bench?
Well,
Why do you always get the short bench?
Again, I was winded just walking back up the steps, Lucas. I am out of shape. This one given wide side to Jin Lee, who takes it to the glove area. Couldn't put it home. Jammed up off that Northern Trust sign, trying to trust this one back out the center. Hands it all the way into his own zone. On that one's number 3, Luis Lindner out of Austria. Lindner going to throw that one on in. Bryce DeFazio down to play it. He'll hold this one up off the glass, taken right down in by the catching glove. Trying to force that one back ahead. Lost sight of it. Mickey Burns going to jump into play. Oh, he's dangerous with the puck on his stick. It's paddled aside, out of play. Whistle blows, 10:03 to go here, and we head down to Lucas Jones with Coach Mike Anderson of Team National.
Thanks, Dan. Now, Coach, talk to us here. You guys have a slim lead, but it came off a pretty incredible goal in the first period. What'd you talk to the boys about in the locker room while you got ready for period number 2?
Just making sure they remember to do all the little things well, right? Like, guys are here, excited to be here. There's a lot of energy. Just want to make sure we don't cheat it and get too excited, kind of force plays that aren't there. So I think we're doing a good job of that. I mean, the shots are going against us a little bit, but, Gale had a great first half. We expected that to happen, and, I think Tate will go in and follow that up. Here's an odd man rush here, see if we can get one to go. No, but I think everything's going pretty good for us so far.
And talk about an all-star game, right? Why should a player really go full send in a game like this? What are the benefits of being showcased at this level?
I mean, just turn the camera, right? Look around the building. You got a lot of guys that are here evaluating players. You get guys that are making decisions on prospective recruits. You get guys that are committed to college that have their schools here that are watching them. Maybe one of the last times they'll see them before they take campus next fall. So all sorts of reasons, and also just the reason that these guys compete against each other all year. When they get together, they want to show up and kind of, be the best guys on the ice. That's what makes them good players.
All right, Coach, one more question for you, because we've already bothered Coach Henkel before the game. How do you get another goal? How do you extend this lead?
We need more power plays right now. I mean, we're not getting enough out of these two guys that are doing the game. So we get 2 or 3 more power plays here. You expect to see a couple go.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Back up to you, Dan.
Oh, Mike Anderson, boys are buzzing down there on the Team National bench with a 1-goal lead. Trying to handle it, they do! Top shelf homie, Ryan Lovett. Ba-da-ba-ba, back of the net. Got to be loving it right there. And that Team National side Coach Mike Anderson, undefeated, never lost an all-star action. Luke is dancing ice side down there. And Team National up by 2 now. A big-time score from Ryan Lovett, the Dartmouth commit. He darted one in the back of the net.
Dan, it's all about getting pressure in front. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You get the pressure in front, you create the opportunities. This Team National will not be denied.
This is one of those games, man. Thomas Gale, who leaves the game at the 10-minute mark halfway through this one, replaced by Tate Brandon. He saw 25 shots. He stopped 25 shots. And he kept his team in this one. Team American was really starting to tilt that ice. And he made it. He made this thing a game. And now Team National a 2-goal advantage halfway through this one. Down to the corner they go. Trying to kick this one along is Josh Waters. Nifty little move there. It's stolen away. Flipped on up off the boards and out. Couldn't get it across the blue line. Instead, it'll be held back in by a skate. Now it's pitchforked all the way to center. Racing back down into it. Shots paddled aside by Graham. 2-0 the score. Holding wide side, catches a skate on the way through. Up at that blue line. Now we'll bounce right back down. Little bit of melee up at the blue. Down to the ice it comes. That's Johnny Malera. That's a name you got to expect is going to find the score sheet at some point here goal-wise. As this game starts to wear on and guys get a little bit more tired, these All-Star games tend to open up in that third and final period. You'll see the scoring really take off. This one handed on into Carpenter. He'll take it down to the corner boards at that electrical sign. Holding wide side, had a man flashing through. It was Colin Graff, but he couldn't tell it to him. Holding on to it, that's Johnny Hockey Malera down on that corner board. He'll trade places, hand off to Michael. That one's Kevin O'Keefe, correction on it. Kevin O'Keefe jams it on in front, takes the shot. It's caught up in the skates. Trouble not gone. Graham throws the glove on top of it, gets the whistle. 7:16 to go in the second period. Team National, the 2-goal advantage on the back of Nick Nemo and Ryan Lovett, each with a goal.
Well, you know, Dan, the momentum's really starting to shift now in the direction of Team National. They're skating downhill, they're skating with purpose, and I think you saw Team American, they had high pressure in the first period of play, and it really seemed stifling, but now Team National has been on the attack for the majority of the second. I think that's been the difference.
Drag shot taken there, that's blocked. Hard hit into the corner boards, taken down, right back up to his feet. This one's on a Blomqvist. He tries to hand off to Buzavaria, stolen away by Johnny Malera. Malera holds wide side, has a man in support, thought about a shot, wraps that one off the back of his skate. Tried to jam it on in front, could not, but has it right back on his stick. Blomqvist gets to it now. He'll push this one along looking for Buzavaria. He couldn't reach it. It's jammed back along. In net for Team National now is Tate Brandon as this one's handed off. Nifty little pass, wide side, shot goes high, glove side. Colin Graff thought he had one, couldn't find it. Now it's Buzavaria along with Blomqvist. Blomqvist on the shot, high score! Ba-da-da! Ba-da-da! Christian Blomqvist! Oh, filthy with the score, top shelf.
That's some silky mid-play from Blomqvist right there, Dan. I'm down here right behind that goal, and to watch Blomqvist enter the zone, he was trying to figure out shot or pass, and as soon as he found enough space, he flipped that thing up and put it top shelf. I mean, that was an incredible look from Blomqvist. The little shifts, the things that you can kind of see of shifting the hips to get the defender to move, then trying to make the goaltender miss and finding the soft spot in the net. What a great goal.
Team American right back into this one. That one's paddled aside by Tate Brandon. Net goes flying, skaters splashing everywhere, and both sides, that energy starting to kick into gear, ladies and gentlemen. Both sides seeing that this is going to be a back and forth battle now. The offense is opening up a little bit. The nets are starting to loosen. They're starting to see both sides see the end of this road. They want to try to get a W. And both of these coaching staffs, man, there's a lot of energy on both benches. You gotta really love the work they're putting in, Lucas, back here.
Well, I think what you're starting to see now is you're starting to see each coach has sort of schemed their way into an offensive mentality. They've seen what the other team is throwing out there. They've seen what their guys are capable of. And now the cracks will begin to appear in that defensive structure.
This is DeFazio up at the top of the circle, took the shot, couldn't find it, didn't need to. He was getting bodied in front of his net. That was Tate Brandon, who couldn't find any way through the bodies to see the puck. DeFazio shot it just wide side. This one tipped out towards the blue. Bouncing puck is settled down. Whistle blows. Hand pass called with 6:04 to go. 27 shots on goal for Team American, and you can see that bit of relief on that Team American bench when they finally opened up the net for the first time today.
Well, you got to get the first one. The first goal is the toughest one to get in a lot of these situations, and you got to overcome that mental block, and that's something that, you know, even when you talk about an all-star team full of all-star players, that mental block still exists.
Lucas, I'm going to remind you the big scoop from Coach Bill Flanagan on the bench of Team American. I asked him, how do you win this thing? He said, score more goals than the other guys. They're one away from tying it up. They're on their way to doing so. This one handed up across the blue line. That one's dumped on in for Mickey Burns to go chase after. It was McClinsky who couldn't get to it, but Ibrahim could. Ibrahim looking back up top, thought about a pass. He'll steer that one off a skate. Holding wide side as a man coming through, took the shot wide. Yawning net mouth Tate Brandon flying from post to post. Head to the ceiling for Kevin Sadowski, who they forgot about down at ice level. Thought he had it.
And that's exactly what happens when you forget about Sadowski, Dan. He almost makes you pay. I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that. That shot goes just a bit wide. Tate Brandon right now, you see him skate out of his net. That's a skating sigh of relief.
2-1 Team National leads. 5:35 to go in the second period of play. You're watching along with the Dan K Show. Watch the Dan K Show every Thursday night on YouTube.com, USPHL.com, DanKShow.com. As this one's taken wide side, cross-ice pass is stoned by Graham. Puck still loose, swinging and missing at it, trying to get it free. This one corks its way out to the corner. Spinning pass in front, backhand, no looker. It's stopped again by Graham. His fourth save. Henry Graham's not human.
Oh, Henry Graham coming up huge for his team right there. Not once, not twice, not three, but 4 times for Graham. I mean, post to post. In position, out of position, puck bouncing in front, and give it up to the defenseman too. Trying their best to clear that one out. Might have provided just enough chaos to prevent Team National from making that one hurt.
This Graham is less Teddy, more Bear. This guy is bearing down in net right now and stopping everything. What a huge flurry in front. The creation of it starts with Nick Nemo, who's already got one today. He thought he was going to find another one. Friesen got involved. Bodies were everywhere. Nobody could find their way through. Now Friesen going to race down on the forecheck after this one. Trying to steal this one away. Kicked out with a backhand by Borsch. It's going to find its way onto the stick of Jin Lee. Jin Lee tried to backhand it to Friesen, caught a skate. Now he'll find Friesen along the boards. Borsch takes it away yet again. Borsch is not playing around today. He is locked down. Holding wide side at the top of the circle. Takes the shot low. Gloved by Tate Brandon, and the reluctant whistle. Oh, they held on to that for a few seconds.
Giving him a little time.
Just, if you wanted to put it back in play.
You know, you don't want to startle the goaltenders, Dan. That's the important thing. If you blow the whistle too quick, they get easily startled and they'll start to just skate away from the net.
That's like me. You don't want to startle me. Last time Lucas scared me, I ran away. He couldn't find me for 3 weeks. This one up to the top here, taking that slap shot through body, shrugged aside by Tate Brandon. Flipped on in. Saucered on out the center. Jumped right back along. They'll have to get back on side. It'll be settled down by Henry Graham. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Plinko pass on up for Mosian. Mosian times it up with Waters. Waters tries to get down to it. He will not. Stolen around. Flipping this one around the boards is Michael Brown. Taking that shot. It wound up becoming a pass. Swinging and missing at it was Waters, who almost found it. Flipped up off the glass by Chioka. All the way down and in. Breaks thrown on. That's going to hit the body of Kurapov. He'll race down after it. He's got Waters in support. Thought about a wraparound try. He'll take it. It's blocked. Kicked back behind. Blomqvist, his Twin City teammate, already with one. It looked like Kurapov wanted to join him on the score sheet. Up at center. He'll fire it there. Taken down by a glove. 3:19 to go. Handed back up off top. Trying to find his man. That one gets deflected. Getting to it, pushing it along. That's Malera. Shot gets stopped. The whistle blows. Didn't have it covered up. Didn't need to. 3:09 to go in the second period. 2-1. Team National leads Team American. Team National, for those of you who just joined us, in that blue and red. In the white and red, Team American. And we've been treated to a real special performance from both sides so far. Congratulations to everybody playing in today's NCDC All-Star Game. The USPHL, the best hockey the U.S. has to offer. Handed back up top. Thought about a shot. He'll take it. Almost got a deflection. Would have been dangerous for Henry Graham if he did. Colin Graff down to it. That one's flipped out towards center. Alex Cody races after it. He's chased by Blomquist there. He'll throw the brakes on, go backhand side. Flips that one up out of the air, taken down by a catching glove. Hard hit there. Miller got the worst of it. Thrown in front for the slap shot. Stoned by Brandon. The man
Brandon
with 2 first names makes one big stop.
Brandon is not going to let this lead trickle away that easily, Dan. He's working hard back there.
He came about 900 feet out of his net unofficially there, Lucas. He was not taking any chances when he saw that pass make its way in front.
It's a game of angles, Dan, and he's a master student right now of the game. He knows exactly where to put himself.
This one in front now. Couldn't get the cover up. I was terrible at geometry, Lucas. Just atrocious at it.
Well, that's okay. As long as you're not a goaltender, you should be fine.
I did my best. This one back up top for Blomquist. He'll think about handing it along. Makes this one through center. 2:20 to go here in the second period. A lot of shots on goal. This All-Star game, you look at the scoreboard and you say, hey, it's pretty low scoring for an All-Star game. It's been a net minding and a decent amount of shot blocking as well. As this shot taken through bodies, got the deflection, turned into a hard pass onto the stick of Frankie Ireland, who redirected it just wide side. Blomquist going to hand this one out. Racing down with it is Ibrahim. Ibrahim just couldn't reel that one back in. A little quick for his own good on that one. Gets it right back, though. Still has it. Flips it on behind. Tried to get it on in deep. Losing an edge there. Trying to reach out. They could not. Frankie Ireland on the break now with one in support. Tried to go to him. Diving down. Getting in the passing lane. A huge stop made there by number 5, Roman Lednev. This one's stolen away one more time. Handed off wide side. Thought about a backhand in front. It's stopped by Graham. Body splashing everywhere. Whistle blows with 1:28 to go. On that look in front was Shane Schell. Shane Schell, 13 goals, 21 assists, 34 points on the year for a Boston Bandit side. He's out of Westfield, New Jersey.
Oh, what a flurry of activity we've had in this second period. You know, the first period was very much a back and forth with long extended swings of momentum for each team. And now, I mean, both teams are really starting to pick it up. And you're seeing some great back and forth play, especially in the neutral zone.
Hand it on up here. Has a man with him. He'll take a backhand try. It's steered aside. I'll tell you, the officiating crew, only one whistle in this one. And Mike Anderson, Lucas, he sounds like he wants him to just start making up some calls.
Well, Mike Anderson loves the power play, Dan. I think more than any other coach in this league, he's a power play first guy. So I'm sure he's hoping for a slower game.
Leaking out with this one. Now backhand shot, score! Tied up! Daniel Ibrahim! Oh, Danny boy! The goal pipes are calling for Ibrahim there. And he knots this thing up with the backhand shimmy shake. Score!
Dan, and we knew this Jersey Hitmen line was going to be productive, and Daniel Ibrahim, the first strike from him today. He's a very potent goal scorer, and you talk about the importance of the neutral zone play. That play starts in the neutral zone. They let Ibrahim get through and get into the zone relatively untouched. He's too skilled. You're going to have to meet him at the blue line, or else he's liable to put another one home.
Daniel Ibrahim with hands of silk. What a move. Speeding through the zone. No one could keep up. Nothing Tate Brandon can do there. He just gets unabated on him right there, right on in, right in front. Nobody to bother him, and he goes backhand side. And Lucas, it's starting to get a little nerve-wracking for Team National right now. Lucas, that Lucas J show not looking like it's going to happen. Team American trying to fight back into this thing. 2-2 your score. All-star game here from North Andover, Massachusetts. The shot takes a deflection. Still loose in front, dragging it along. The angle shot didn't go, now does. Third time was the charm. Dragging the puck away from the bodies was Connor Gato. Nick Nemo involved as well. That was dragged all the way out, and that is an IHC from IHC score on IHC home ice. Nemo and Gato connect there to get the goal.
Well, you talk about a powerhouse duo, Dan. Look no further than Nemo and Gato. These are two skaters that know each other very well. They know how to play the game. They can get into the areas of the ice to make those kinds of plays.
I'll tell you what, Nick Nemo, man, that's twice he scored in the final 30 seconds of a period in this game. There's only been 2 periods. Watch out for Nick Nemo late in periods. This guy's all over the place. I'll tell you what, he's like I was in school, a little bit of a procrastinator. He's scoring them late in the periods. Lucas will be down at ice level for an interview at the end of this period with Team National. We'll see who he gets there. 20 seconds to go. Team American trying to answer back with a goal of their own now. Back and forth we go. 3-2 your score. Back into the corner, 8 seconds to go. Holding it on a skate. Good little backhand look around the boards. 3 to go, 2 and 1. That will do it for the second period of play. The score after 40 minutes of hockey. Team National 3, Team American 2. What a second period we were treated to. This game started off with a perfect 25 for 25 performance by Thomas Gale in net. And it seemed like all of a sudden, right towards the end of that Gale shift there, when he headed off, things just started to kind of open up and guys started to get those wide open eyes where they could see the back of the net. We head down to ice level here. We'll see who Lucas is going to snag as everyone's skating on off the ice. 11:33 to go, and ooh, they're playing Frank Sinatra. This is an interesting place to play Frank Sinatra's New York, New York. You're in the home of Boston. Normally more of a Sweet Caroline town, but you know, I think this might be for us. Big Sinatra guys up here in the booth. In that period, Daniel Ibrahim, Christian Blomqvist with goals. And now we head down to Lucas Jones, ice side, who's with Frankie Ireland of the Boston Junior Bruins.
Well, the game looks a lot different than up in the booth, and we had a flurry of activity in the second period. Talk to us from your perspective. What did you see that really turned this into an offensive show?
I think our team has like a lot of talent, so when we get going, we're communicating, we're going, it's good because we can get stuff going in the net.
Now, talk about representing your squad here at the All-Star Game. This has got to be a huge honor for you here today.
Yeah, it feels good.
Now, last question for you. You know, getting to play with the best of the best from the NCDC, how do you figure it out? Is it something that starts in the locker room? Do you call up some of the guys beforehand, or is it a game day experience?
I think it's just like a little bit of both. You see how like guys from last year liked it and how they did, and then you come in today and it's different than every other like game you play throughout the season.
Thanks a lot. Now we're going to get ready for the third period of play. This should have a really fun conclusion. Back up to you, Dan.
After 2 periods of play, the score 3-2. Your goal scorers thus far in this one, Gato, Nemo, Lovett for Team National. For Team American, Ibrahim and Blomqvist with the goals scored. You'll see a net for Team National the rest of the way. It's going to be Tate Brandon of the Connecticut Junior Rangers. And you want to talk about a good saves percentage. This is a goaltender with a .945 saves percentage. On the other end, it'll be for Team American, Isaac Johansson for the
crucial part of this team.
That's exactly right. And then I jump over to the New Jersey Rockets side of things, and you know, they have a lot of guys who kind of have gone unsung throughout this season. And one of those guys for them, you know, when you look at the stats, you look at the whole thing as a whole, has been Luke House, who's been big as a house for this side, man. This guy, 12 goals, 11 assists, 5 on the power plays, a year 2000, and he's a great dude, man. This is a dude who's a leader in the locker room, leader on the ice, and he plays in a way that you can really get behind.
Yeah, I mean, he's been incredible. We've watched him now for a little bit, and every game he just makes a difference. He's a guy that, you know, just knows where to be in the right times. And I think another guy, as we want to talk up some defensemen here as well, is Kevin Lastman from the Connecticut Junior Rangers. He's a 2000, 5'10", 180, shoots right-handed, 1 goal, 10 assists on the season, but you know why I like him? He's an assist-heavy defenseman who stays out of the penalty box.
Yep.
And we have seen that the story of this season has been, if you stay out of the box, you are in better shape than the other guys. And this is a defenseman who plays physically with skill, who doesn't commit penalties, and that can be a guy who you build a defensive core around. He's not just a role guy. He's a guy that can really be the centerpiece of a defensive unit.
Let's talk about a centerpiece at center. How about Will Crane? And this is a guy who every time I do a broadcast, I am more and more floored by the way he plays the game, man. This is a never-quit type attitude. This is a guy who battles 5 goals, 9 assists. Maybe not the numbers you expect out of an all-star center, But guess what? He does the things that don't show up on a stat sheet, folks. And you know, we all want to talk about how do we get to the next level, and the points are great, right? Because it's easy, because the guy can look at the number on the top of the point sheet and he can say, hey, I see 50 points, I see 100 points, I see these are big numbers. But this is a guy who the numbers happen when you see him in person. Will Crane is a one-of-a-kind athlete.
Absolutely. I mean, just a guy that you can't say enough about it. And I think one of the other guys, Dan, and you had kind of hit some of my guys. The last guy on my list here, Liam Quinlivan from the Boston Bandits, is
Welcome back, hockey fans. Dan K, Lucas Jones, third period of the NCDC All-Star Game about to get underway. And what a first two periods we have been treated to here, Lucas. Nick Nemo gets that goal, his second of the day, assisted by Jin Lee and Connor Gato. And that was a situation where Gato was the one who kind of steered that puck out of the bodies, out of the melee, out of the carnage, fired it on, and Nemo reached out and got the jam home score. And how beautiful is a greasy goal to take the lead in an All-Star game.
Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love a guy who, like you say, you can get to the areas of the ice that really make things interesting. And you know, you talk about the skill, the speed and skill in an All-Star game. It really, really is incredible, Dan. I mean, it's just something where, you know, these guys are ready to rock. They're ready to rock for the third period of play here. And I think you could tell they came out of the locker room hot. They came out ready. They came out buzzing. They're ready to go.
You look in net there at Tate Brandon. This is a guy now who's been handed a one-goal lead who tends to fare well with those leads, but he'll have to hold on tight because this Team American side, those last few moments of that second period, they were starting to fire on all cylinders there offensively.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a dangerous sight for Team National, is a revved up and successful Team American. We'll see if they can carry it over.
Look at that face-off win. The Howlets are down behind the net of Brandon, right down after the Team American. They're going to get the work here. Bring the lunch pails to this all-star game. A little blue-collar hockey there, firing in deep, getting down on the forecheck. Wide side now for Johnny Malera. Has a man flashing through. Takes the shot. It's blockered aside. In net now for Team American is the third netminder of the day for them, Isaac Johansson. Johansson out of Marsta, Sweden. And they add that to the list of towns that Dan K has just named without ever really researching what the pronunciation is. But we got it right, I hope. But the Swedish netminder has been sweet for his side all season long. He's a 6'2" tall, large and in charge, year 2000 for this Utica Junior Comets side. He's 13-9-2 on the year.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great asset for his team, and he continues to be so today.
On behind. Fishing after that one. He'll kick it around those boards. That was Lindner on it. Out towards center. Back skating with it. He'll flip it on ahead. Couldn't reach that one as it bounced on through. Putting his stick out, trying to get to it was Ryan Gallin. He couldn't rile it in. Ginley here. Ginley will back up towards his own zone. Nifty little move. Hard hit at center ice. Artem Buzaveria buzzing right there with the big hit. Buzaveria, man, he's playing hard here today. He's had a nice little game, a nice showing for him. He's one of those guys who you can see the hockey gods opening up the net for as that one's paddled aside. No chances taken by Tate Brandon. Hand it on off. Gallin going to backhand it on. Buzaveria going to reach out, try to reel it in. Blomqvist going to find it. Tried to get it back to Buzaveria. He could not. It's flipped on up to the top of the circle and going to create numbers the other way. Good little Plinko pass for Lovett, who's already got one in this one. Takes that wrister wide glove side. Hard hit there, caught up in the skates. Thought about a swinging shot, couldn't take it. Down to the ice he goes, right back onto his skates. He'll reel it off for the low to high game now. Jammed on in front, just wide. Taking that shot again was Ryan Lovett. Stolen away by Blomqvist and pitched out the center for Speck to settle with the glove. Dan K, Lucas Jones, the Dan K Show. Follow the Dan K Show at @the_Dan K Show. Vote for the hashtag Star of the Game on Twitter. You tweet to @the_Dan K Show with hashtag Star of the Game. Let us know who you think should win that award right now. Leading the voting, Thomas Gale and Nick Nemo. Hand it on off. Through center they go. Taking that bouncing shot on net. It's paddled there and covered up by Johansson.
And I think right now, Dan, what you're seeing from both of these squads in the third period of play is almost another feeling out process. It's been an interesting back and forth where you saw a ton of offense in the second period. I think Team American right now, they know what they need to do. They're just having trouble executing against this pretty staunch Team National defensive effort.
Bryce DeFazio playing the role of Mr. Meeseeks as he seeks his way out of the zone with that pass. Finds it out the center. Almost turned over to blue line. Nifty little pass to get on by. Shimmies this one along, holding on it. Thrown in front, it's poked aside by Johansson. Johansson couldn't get to it, didn't have to. Flipped on up off the glass. Racing on through. 2-on-1 has Burns in support. It's Mickey Burns with the shot, shouldered aside by Tate Brandon. And Thomas Gale lets him hear it from the bench. There's another shot that goes wide. You love these netminders always become friends in these situations because these all-star games, the netminders all deal with the same thing all season long. It's the only position with a win or a loss put next to your name in the stat category. And these guys tend to stick together when it comes all-star time. And you can see Gale cheering on his teammate Tate Brandon.
Yeah, there's a special kind of camaraderie, Dan. I mean, these guys are out there. They're facing the same skaters. They're facing the same shots. And a lot of times in a situation like this, you'll see them go in and compare notes a little bit. I mean, goaltenders, they truly see the game differently.
Stolen away here by Friesen, trying to add to that one-goal lead, but it's stopped and patted aside by Johansson. Jumping into the play with a quick little look there, wristing it from the hip was Reed Miller. Keep an eye out in the next few weeks. You'll see a little behind-the-scenes action with Reed Miller. Lucas Jones of the Dan K Show followed Reed Miller around through his all-star experience today. As that one's jammed in front, couldn't put it on. Thrown from the odd side, caught the paddle of Tate Brandon, steered just through the crease. Trying to jump into it, trying to keep that high pressure on Team American. Zach Raybaum tried to get to that one, could not. 15:40 to go now in regulation. 3-2 Team National with the lead. That one jammed back up towards the blue line, flipped onto the point. Quick little pass on there, backhanded along. Trying to find his way in deep was Alex Cody. Held into the corner boards. You see those incredible camera angles brought to you by Marcy and the team here with Hockey TV. Incredible work they do. I mean, we always say, when we know Marcy's going to be in an event, we know it's going to go well. We always say that.
Absolutely. And, you know, this whole squad here with the Marcy as the producer here and the camera people that are on site as well. I mean, you're just getting a top-notch experience.
Taken away here by Raybaum. He tried to get to it. Tate Brandon made a save and kind of looked up at the ceiling. He was upset. He gave up the rebound try, and he was a little nervous that thing might trickle on behind him into the back of the net. You know, you save it by any means necessary as that one's put on in front, paddled aside by Johansson, getting into the passing lane. Nifty little move there. Steering it on along is Kevin O'Keefe. That one will make its way around. Trying to find him with a big hit. Starting to rattle the boards here. Both teams getting a little physical here. Holding wide side. Thought about the pass, won't make it just yet. Spins it back on behind. Handed on up top. Flipped off the boards. That's going to find Mosian. Mosian going to look on to Waters. Waters kicks that one ahead. It's stolen away from him. This one thrown down, looking for the whistle. Won't get it. No icing coming. That one's going to stay live. Handed back up top. Looking for a way out. That's flipped ahead. Taken down out of the air. Kurapov on the pass. Waters trying to reel it in. Could not. Flipped right back on by. Back and forth we go. Neither side able to get that zone presence. They'll have to get back on side here. Team National will get an obedient line change as that's handed on to Waters. Waters tries to skate right on by. He could not. He'll throw that one in front for Mosian. Stolen away by Frankie Ireland. Immediately making his presence felt as he jumps over the boards.
Mosian had a good look at a nifty little backhand stop, too, if Ireland wasn't there.
What an idea there. Took the pitching wedge out and almost jammed that one in with a bouncing puck. Nice work there by Johansson to find that one through bodies. Kasparek on it now. He'll skate this one through his own zone. Nifty little move there. Takes that puck for a walk. That one gets hit on. Spinning it through his Mosian. Out of his net to try to settle it is Tate Brandon. He can't reach it. Hard hit there along the boards. Caught up in a skate. Trying to reach after it now one more time. Looking through center. That one's jammed along by Gallin. He can't get there. Body splashing everywhere. 13-13 to go now in the third period. That one swung at and kicked along. Back up top to the blue line. Fires it on in. Off an edge. This has been, Lucas, a real defensive-minded third period of play from both sides, stymieing defensive attacks.
Oh, you got to love it. You love the defensive hockey that's happening right now. I mean, the second period of play had more than enough goals.
Here comes Blomqvist with the shot, low save made. Rebound try, caught a body on the way through. Getting in front of it was Luis Lindner. On to Blomqvist again. This group, this trio, with Blomqvist, Buzaveria, and Ryan Gallin have been all over the place today, creating chances, creating opportunities. That fourth line, nothing fourth line about it, man. These guys, these are just 4 top lines for each side today.
No, I mean, and we called it coming into this game too, Dan. We saw the presence down there on that fourth line, and we called them to, it's almost like a top line again. You've got these guys who are just a huge scoring threat.
That shot, finding it last second with the glove, was Johansson. He was screened and never saw it. That one jammed on in front, losing an edge there, falling down amongst the bodies, trying to steer this one back into the corner. Hands it for the toe drag, shot, kick, save, and a beauty by Johansson. Out now on the break, loses control of it. That was Ibrahim. It'll find its way back to Bryce DeFazio. DeFazio tried to get it through. He could not. McClinsky going to reach out after it. He'll hand it back on to Ibrahim. Ibrahim gets bodied there. Stole it right back away. That's DeFazio who tries to find Ibrahim one more time. It's poked from him. Right back out the center. Neither side able to get any puck control in the zone here in the first 9 of this third period. Both teams hunkering down, playing defense, getting in the way of pucks, hitting hard along the boards. Flipped on up into his own bench, a little friendly fire there, and Coach Mike Anderson and Coach Henkel not going to be happy with that one.
Now, that'll earn you a couple extra minutes of back skating at practice for sure. I mean, you never want to fire it at your own bench, certainly, especially on the clear out. But, I mean, you pretty much nailed it there, Dan. We're seeing a defensive game right now. Both teams really deciding to hatch back, play some hard-nosed hockey. You love to see it, though. We had a back-and-forth first period, a goal-scoring second, and now you're seeing a good third period.
The rug gets pulled out from under him right there. In his own zone was Chioka. Gets right back up to his feet, makes the pass. That one taken away by Brett Schneider. Brett Schneider tries to find Raybaum. He won't be able to get it to him. Reaching out was Tommaso Alvera. He can't get there either. Flipped along the boards. Raybaum going to jam it on in. Alvera racing after it. Will he be able to win this race? He will not. It's stolen right back on. Good little handoff play between the legs for Friesen. Friesen fires that one ahead for Gato. Gato on this now. So dangerous with the puck on his stick. Takes the shot. It's gloved into the back. Connor Gato, when he gets loose, man, anything can happen. There's a quick shot deflected on the way through. Doesn't make its way on net. Through the legs on that one. On from Raybaum. Given right back to him from Brett Schneider. He'll hold wide side. Looking for a man in front. Instead, he'll take it on around the back of the net. The wraparound try doesn't go. The rebound try is still loose. No one can find it. Jammed on net and saved again by Tate Brandon. Oh, Tate Brandon, another huge save there. That one takes a bounce off the backboards, is covered up. No chances taken after a few stops had to be made by Brandon.
And you got to love the movement by Tate Brandon there. You talk about lower half strength, there's your best example. The first shot stopped but unable to be frozen, and he just starts pushing himself through the pile. And he knows the puck is in front of him, and his thought process is, I'm going to push the puck, and every single player in front of me and out of the zone if I have to. He was almost 10 feet out of his own net.
Stick around later today at 5 o'clock. We'll have the 16U All-Star Game on Hockey TV. This one given wide side. It's Mosian who takes that shot. It was blocked on the way through. Racing back in at the last second to make the stop was Everett Wardle. Handed back on. Couldn't find Kurapov. It's going to find its way to Johnny Hockey. Malera, hand goes up. You're going to have a penalty called here. For only the second time today, the whistle blows, and this time Team American with 9:51 to go, trailing by 1, will get the opportunity to look to even this thing back up with a power play chance.
And for those of you at home heavily invested in a team national win, this is about as scary of a turn of events as you can get. Both of these teams excelling on the power play. They've got the skill, and you can see Team American kind of having a little team meeting out there, Dan, right outside the face-off circle. They're divvying up responsibilities right now. They're figuring out which guys are going to be the ones to take which spots. You'll love to see the power play being decided on the fly.
With that call, for the first time today, Team America is on the power play. Power play here for Team American. That one catches a body, makes its way out for Kasparik. Kasparik will skate this one along. Hands it on, looking for Kurapov. He won't find Kurapov there. Instead, he'll kick this one along. Back towards their own zone. Out they come. Patrick Keegan on it now. Keegan gets his own entry timed up, goes through his own legs, tried to backhand it on, had it poked away, and cleared again. The penalty kill in this game has been stellar. You look down, you can see the jersey down there, you can see the equipment. These guys are from all over. and they are playing the PK, man. They are staying in their lanes. This one thrown on net. Brandon going to steer it aside with a big paddle. Gallin tried to get to it. He could not. Buzaverio will throw the brakes on. Tries to squirt it free. He will. Back up top for Kasparek. Gives it off with a one-timer. Shot goes wide and all the way back out 200 feet away. Took the driver out and just put that one through, but couldn't get it on net.
I'll tell you what, that is not a puck that I would like to be in front of. Certainly, I don't know if there's an amount of money you could pay me to strap on pads to get in front of that.
Blomqvist going to go wide side. He's had a good game thus far, trying to find the back of the net one more time. He'll hand it up top. Thought about the wrister, won't take it just yet. There's DeFazio with the shot deflected on net and stoned by Tate Brandon. Bouncing along now. On the break is Ireland. He'll steer it on behind. 30 seconds to go on the power play chance. That one catches the skate of Ireland. It'll be kicked to the corner. He'll look to the bench, go get that change. Hand it on up top for Buzaveria. Time trickling away in this one. Gallin gets it across the blue. Hands on to Blomqvist. He's got some space. Tried to jam it in front. Caught a body again. There is no room on ice level right now. These two teams are trying to get that W. Wide side now. Breaking away with that. Thought about jamming it on, but DeFazio was able to get enough on his stick there to kick it along.
You know, Dan, if you didn't know any better, you'd think that Team National had 7 guys on that penalty kill the way they were clogging up center ice like that.
I'll tell you what, Team National, big fans of Lucas J, and they may earn themselves a Lucas J show as that one finds its way on net, covered up by the catching glove with 7:36 to go in this one.
Well, you know, Dan, you talk about a team that mirrors a personality right now. I mean, Team National is playing defensive hockey. They're playing hard-nosed hockey. They're getting into the boards. They're clearing the puck out. And they collapse around the goaltender, which is something you'll love to see.
That one's one to the corner, reaching out after it, couldn't find it. Trying to make their way through. Team National wants to add to that lead. Team American just 1 goal away from knotting it right back up. Back and forth we go. Whistle blows, 7:20 to go. Lucas, the shot on goal totals in this game are all-star friendly, man. 38 shots on goal for Team American, 32 shots on goal for Team National. The net minding's been great.
Yeah, you know, you really have to give it up for the goaltenders. And, you know, when we read off those rosters, Dan, we kind of thought to ourselves and said, this is going to be a goaltending first game. Because as good as these skaters are, they still have to try to get past the 5 best goaltenders in the NCDC.
Remember to watch the Dan K Show every Thursday, youtube.com, www.dankshow.com, and www.usphl.com, the home of the Dan K Show. The most watched show in junior hockey, covering all things junior hockey, college hockey, all around the country. And we like doing it.
And we love doing it. We love getting to travel and go to a rink near you. So use the contact form on our website. Make sure you tweet to us, send us a message, send us a tweet. Let us know where we should go next. We're pretty good at packing up the car and getting places. We had this trip this weekend. We've got a trip to Wisconsin Rapids coming up. We're going to go visit the River Kings. Then down to Louisville for the TSCHL Championship Tournament.
Yep.
We'll go anywhere.
I got to go to St. Louis next weekend for the Chell All-Star game. It's a busy time as this one shot with a backhand. Couldn't get it to go. Thrown in front by Ibrahim. Stolen away. Out on the outlet now. Racing with it is Jin Lee. He has it poked away from him. Got it right back around, though. Backhanding that one along is Lednev. Lednev trying to find his way out of the zone. Nifty little play out the center. That's going to find Ibrahim. Starting to take a little more chances. Opening the ice up here is Team American. Kind of leaking those guys out. Have to watch that blue line behind the play. Off this change on this far side, you can see some things happen. There's something happening. Shot, low, score. Bartender, Jin Lee with the big-time score. Jin goes low side, and what a game for him. An assist earlier, now a goal of his own, and Jin Lee yet again for Jim Hankel playing the role of importante. Man, this guy's important for his side.
And you can see Jim Hankel laughing on the bench right now because he knows that Jin Lee was going to get a goal in this game, and he will not be denied. I mean, that's as tough a goal as you can expect. He fired that one in low. You like the ability to be able to pick your shot and find the space on the ice.
It's a guy who does so much that doesn't show up on the score sheet. Well, today he's shown up on it. An assist and a goal for Jin Lee. And that reminds me to let you know one last time, final chance to vote for the hashtag star of the game on Twitter, as this one shot is blocked, kicked aside, 5:53 to go. Team National trying to see this one out. It is an all-star game, so they'll continue to try to score the puck, Lucas. This is all about those points. This is all about getting those goals and those apples all game long.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you have a couple of players trying to score even after the game's over, Dan. they want a little piece of the action.
Spinning with this one. Nice little pitchfork move. Flips it along for Raybom. Raybom gets his own entry. Tried to drag it along. It's poked from him and stolen back by Wardle. Wardle hands off up top. Finding that one there is Bazianos. He'll throw it off that Bauer sign. Speck couldn't reach it, didn't have to. Flipped right back out the center. Here goes Friesen again. Friesen, this guy just never tires. Colton Friesen, every time I see him, he's just sprinting out there, man.
Well, you talk about a guy who has really improved his skating ability and really brought it to the next level. You talk about Colton Friesen. He's put in the hours and put in the work to make himself really a true threat out there on both sides of the ice.
Under 5 to go now. Running out of time, Team American down by 2. Flipped on with a backhand. Out of his net to settle it down is Johansson. He can't reach it, losing an edge there, turns it over behind. Team National was on a change, so not too much danger just yet from that one. Finally covered up, gets the whistle with 4:37 to go.
Well, that'll raise the blood pressure real quick. Anytime a goaltender pops out of that crease, you see the coach gets a little antsy, and then when they almost lose an edge back there, that could be bad.
Team National, the 2-goal lead, trying to close it out. Would be the second consecutive year that Jim Henkel and Mike Anderson were victorious on the bench. Would be the third consecutive year that Mike Anderson won an all-star game here in this building, on this rink. On behind, jumping into that one, couldn't find it. Reaching on in is Waters, takes him down to the ice, trying to get to that one. Now getting involved is Kurapov. Kurapov gives it to Mosian. Mosian tries to split the defense there. That one's fired right back through. Nifty little play. This Team National side, they have just been suffocating. It's been so hard to really get things started here in this third period as that one's thrown on through and flipped on out. Mosian going to race out with it. That's Waters on it now. Waters with Mosian in support. Takes the shot. Blocker side and wide. Couldn't get it to go. DeFazio off the back skate here and get back into his own zone. Under 4 to go. Shot goes wide on the glove side now. Reeled back up to center. Waters on it. Tried to reach it with Mosian. Could not. Mosian jumps into the play. Puck comes loose on his skates. Lucas, this is an all-star game. When do you pull that netminder?
I think you pull him pretty soon. This is why I had selected the 2-goal lead as my margin of victory. I think you get that netminder out of there around 3 minutes, Stan.
What'd you say was the score again?
I said it was going to be 5-3.
Ah, you need 2 goals to get there. This one reels around. 3:12 to go in the third period. Jammed back along, trying to reach it is Buzavaria. Team National just trying to see this thing out now. You don't get the 2 points you normally get with a win, but I can tell you those bragging rights mean a lot to these boys. They see each other week in and week out around the NCDC. And they got to play each other, man, and they don't want to go onto the rink the next time out and have to listen to the chirps about the all-star loss.
No, and whichever team, ends up winning or losing, I mean, what a show they've put on for the scouts in attendance. You heard it from Mike Anderson. Just turn the camera around. Take a look around the rink. And you're seeing dozens and dozens of scouts in as many rooms as they could fit in and open up here at Merrimack.
I'll tell you, that scout room is jammed up there right now, and this building packed. I mean, it's in a real fun atmosphere for this all-star game. And as always, the USPHL doing a great job with the festivities and really celebrating the incredible achievements of all the teams throughout the NCDC.
Yeah, and that's exactly what this is. It's a celebration of talent. I think you talk to these coaches every year and they said, well, how do you even pick sometimes? Because you can easily name a couple of handfuls of players not on this roster who deserve to be. It's just such a rich and deep, talented league.
This tuition-free model, this model they put together, it's such a great look here, and it gives such an opportunity for these players to make that trip to the next level, to make the big moments in their lives happen. Get to that next level, right? We talked to all these guys. It's about getting in that classroom, working hard on and off the ice, and a day like today here to celebrate just all that hard work these gentlemen have put in this year.
Yeah, it's a day off without being a day off. It's a little vacation, but like you said, if you get here and you watch the way these kids are playing, it's nothing but laughs. That's what it is right now, and these players are having a lot of fun.
Face off here, outside the zone, Jared Thomas v. Mickey Burns. Netminder still in here. Team Americans not made the move. Handed back off. Thought about flipping this one ahead. He will. That's Chioka on it. Back into his own zone, spinning along with this one. Good hard pass off the boards. Right on past that Duncan sign. He'll dunk this one into the blue line. Flipped on ahead. Ibrahim along with McClinsky. He'll get it from him. Ibrahim with the shot into the catching glove of Brandon. No chances taken this late in the one.
That's a good glove save by Brandon as well. That's a hard shot from just at the top of the face-off circle. Found the right space as well, but as we said about Brandon, he's a tough goaltender to beat on the glove side.
Net empty for Team American. Getting the wave to the benches, Isaac Johansson. Empty net, 6-on-5 hockey. Face-off won by Burns, on to McClinsky. That one will trickle through the ray bomb. McClinsky shoots it low, it doesn't go. Rebound try stopped as well. Firing the glove on top of it. Carnage in front of net as Brandon gets the whistle.
Oh, and this is what you love to see here, Dan. You love to see the extra skater out here with 1:35 left. Coach Harris and Coach Flanagan, full send for this Team American right now.
Hey, we're going for it. This one given wide side. This one shot quickly from an odd angle. Save made. Mickey Burns on that one. And you can tell, Lucas, Coach Harris and Coach Flanagan officially not Lucas J fans. They don't want a Lucas J show. They've pulled the netminder.
No, they're going all out for it. And, you know, you have to overwhelm Brandon. That's the key. You have to get his lines moving. You have to get his vision changed. I mean, he's just so good in traffic.
Humongous block shot there by Jin Lee. What a block shot. That's shot on net. Save made. Jin Lee, man, it comes out, he scores the goal to go up by 2, then gets the block shot. He assisted the go-ahead goal. I mean, you can't do much more than that.
No, you show up in all areas of the game.
Flipped on out from a knee. Trying to find his way through. Lucas, I don't even know who we're going to pick as the star of the game, but we're going to, I could think of 3. I could think of 3 people. That one shot on the empty net, score! Broke its way loose, and it's Nick Nemo with the hattie. Hats off, folks. Nick Nemo with the all-star hat trick. And if I didn't think I'd get yelled at by Gino and the officiating crew, I'd throw it. But I'm not gonna.
We're on their good side. Let's try to stay there as long as possible.
I am not a leader. I am a follower. If anyone else had done it, I would have joined them. Hat trick. Hats off. Nick Nemo found the back of the net. This Nemo is not lost. On along here. Putting this one away now, Team National. Kurapov with the shot. Brandon with the save. The rebound try kicked aside. And Brandon on top of making 2 great saves will put the net right back on the moorings and keep play moving.
Dan, I think Nemo is going to have this. So I think it's going to be Nemo, and I'd say Gale here, Dan.
There's a shot high save made. Rebound try score. Andrew Kurapov deposits it in the back of the net, 5-3 with 18 seconds to go, and Lucas predicted that the score would be 5-3 before the festivities, and I will never hear the end of this.
That ain't no guess.
Predicted it 5-3.
That ain't no guess. That's what it's going to be.
I'm going home. That's it. I've had it. I had it.
Why don't you head down to ice level? They'll have a microphone for you down there with
the
camera.
Oh, I didn't know that. There's another shot score with 11 seconds to go. Team American scraping, clawing, fighting back. What a score there. Team American have cut the lead to 1. Scoring that one, taking the lead in. He ain't moseying. He's Alex Mosian, man. This guy goes 5-hole score. 11 seconds left. It's not over, folks. Got to win this thing forward if you're Bavaria. Have to skate this thing along. Lucas has now been incorrect. Timeout taken. Lucas completely incorrect on the prediction. Not even close.
Not even close. Never had a chance.
Had it at 5-3. Missed it by a mile.
Forever in doubt. Oh, man. If you are Coach Henkel and Coach Anderson right now, you got to be telling the boys, calm down.
So, Lucas, you said you want to do 2? 2 of these. 2 of these.
I think if it stays this way, it's got to be Gale and Nemo.
Correct.
But if it goes the other way, you're going to have to make a snap decision real fast.
11 seconds left. What do you draw up here? It just took you 7 seconds to score. To recreate that seems impossible, implausible. anything can happen when the Dan K Show's on the mic. We always have great broadcasts, great games, great fun, great action.
I tell you what, Dan, you win this puck by going physical. You send a guy into this, you lock up at the face-off circle, you crash it, and you get that puck moving forward.
11.3 to go. And net empty here. They're going to blow the whistle. They got to redo it. Reset that clock to 11.3. Well, you need every second back on that clock.
You can see why the referees kind of stopped that one. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to lock up at the face-off circle and get their guys that are behind them to push their way forward.
This looks like a QB sneak right now on this face-off from Bill Flanagan and Toby Harris. Just putting bodies everywhere. You can see near side here. Watch out for Ibrahim. Can they win it forward? They do. Rebound going to throw it into the zone. He's got 7 seconds left and a man in front. He'll take the shot from an odd angle. No, that will do it. 2-1 backhand shot won't count. Ireland wanted it, won't get it. Team National wins. Lucas J. Show Thursday night. Dan K down ice level with your stars of the game, Nick Nemo, Hat City, and Thomas Gale.
And Dan's going to make his traditional run down to ice level. Folks, what a game we had today. I mean, just an absolutely incredible showcase of talent here at the USPHL 2020 NCDC All-Star Game. I mean, you talk about a close game. How about a game that with 18 seconds left looked over, looked done? 5-2, no shot. 7 seconds later, 5-3. Then it becomes 5-4. Never would they have thought that they came back and almost were able to do it. I mean, every team from the USPHL has such deep talent. It's one of the things that I think the Dan K Show really likes to talk about every single year, and especially this year, that the NCDC is just so deep with talent. There's guys that roll 2, 3, 4 lines on every single team. You have third line, fourth line guys that could start anywhere in the junior hockey landscape. I mean, it's just an incredible sight to see, and especially, you know, you come out to an all-star game, you get to see all the different color helmets, all the different color breezers, and you know it's a true representation of what the game of hockey is all about. It's about these guys that have worked their butts off all season and have been so successful, get rewarded with the game here today. But all-star action's not over yet, folks. You can still tune in right now to the 18U All-Star Game. And if you stick around until 5 o'clock, you'll get to see Dan and myself back on the broadcast to do another game. The 16U All-Star Game, that should be a real fun one. Dan K's getting ready. He's getting himself set up down there. This is this new multi-camera setup. Dan doesn't like change, so we'll see how he adapts to having a camera in his face here down at ice level. And it looks like those guys are popping their hats on right now. And now we're going to go down to Dan K at ice level.
What's going on, hockey fans? What a game we were treated to. First off, Hattie for my boy. Hats off here. Nick Nemo, let's start right there. How'd the hat trick happen for you today, babe?
It was just the end of the game there. Empty net. Got a nice pass from my boy. And then just empty net. Just nice, easy goal.
You got to get that empty netter at the end, but let's talk about a net that wasn't empty today. 25 stops in an all-star game. You started seeing the frustration. I came down to the bench here on this side. You could see the frustration. You were playing great in net today. How'd it happen for you?
You know, just another day here at the office, just to stopping the pucks, and teammates kind of put everything to the perimeter, and it's easy to stop some perimeter saves, so give it to my teammates.
Now, you know, it's not 2 points, but how's the wind feel to get here in an all-star game? You got to see these guys week in and week out. You want to get a W when you play them, right?
Oh, absolutely. Every time we play, we all just want to win, right? That's why we play the game, so it felt good.
Nick Nemo, man, this guy's silky smooth in net. Boston Junior Bruins, you start this game against Gavin Abrick on the other side. Right now, top 2 in the league with the Hitmen. How do you guys get back to that, Deneen?
Yeah, you know, we just got to play our game. Boys are going to be buzzing here in the second half, so we just got to get to our game, and then good things will happen.
Boys are buzzing. Let's go. Not a big deal. Team National, your stars of the game, Thomas Gale, Gale Force netminder, Nick Nemo. This Nemo's been found, babe. 3 goals for him. Take it away, Lucas. Close this thing out.
Thanks a lot, Dan. And